NBC Sports at NASCAR's original super speedway for the Southern 500. And next weekend, as we check our Wendy's race menu, we move on to the Richmond, Virginia short track. That's going to be a great one. Saturday night, 7 o'clock on TNT. Then the Loudon, New Hampshire Mile, Dover, Delaware's Monster Mile, and Talladega. Need we say more?
No, not enough said.
Race for the championship on NBC and TNT. Ryan Newman is the leader of the Southern 500. He's led all but one lap. Jimmy Spencer stayed out when everybody else pitted. Led a lap, then came down pit road. A new second place runner, though.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, and he is gaining on the 12 car. See, about a half backstretch. Meanwhile, Michael Waltrip, a teammate in the garage area with Marty.
Well, VP Michael's team went almost a year without not finishing a race, and now 2 weeks in a row, Mikey. We got to stop meeting like this.
This is terrible. You know, we, as everyone always says, Marty, we had a great car. I mean, we really did yesterday in practice, and this morning, in the race started, it was good. And I don't know who caused that mess, but turn 3 is very tight when you enter, and there was nowhere to go. It was unavoidable. So when that's the circumstance, you don't get your head down too low because you know you can bounce back next week. I just hate it for our team, all the boys that work on the Napa Auto Parts Chevy. Sorry, they're working on it right now. In fact, we're going to go to Napa and get us some parts. And then I wanted to say happy Labor Day to all the hardworking people in this country that come and watch us race and make this sport what it is. Thanks a lot.
Well said.
Very nice, Michael. Yes.
Guy on the move right now is that 19 car, Jeremy Mayfield. He just passed Jeff Gordon for a spot lap or 2 ago. Now he's up to 7th, and he's working on Jimmy Johnson for 6th. And maybe Elliott Sadler for 5th. Well, here comes Jeff Burton around him.
Yes, Burton just drove by, so put the 99 car in the mix as a car that has some speed. Meanwhile, Kenseth, the 17 car, has gone by Terry Labonte, moved into the 3rd position.
And this is where it counts. I mean, this is where you'll see the cars that are better on the longer runs starting to shine right now. The cars on the shorter runs are starting to fall back. So this is where you want your car to work. You want your car to work the best on old tires.
Went back to green at lap 13, so about to hit lap 41. Well, Matt Kenseth told us it was a day to race the racetrack and then race to win. He's succeeding fairly well, though it's very early on.
And I've been talking about a change of the point system, that I would like to see a change in the point system. And I think Kenseth and Robbie Reiser thought I was talking about them. Guys, I told them they are having a championship year. I don't care how the points are, they would be up there contending for the championship because they have had a terrific year. I'm certainly not demeaning anything they've done.
Right, they'd still be in the lead for the championship. It just maybe be a little bit closer.
That's right.
Ryan Newman out in front by 2 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bill.
And enjoying it after that pit stop. They made the changes. He said the car's not bad. It's tight in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Lose off of 4. He's aware of traffic, but good run for the 12. Dave?
Well, one of the reasons that Dale Earnhardt Jr. did so well and made up time on the track, of course, his car is very fast, but also in the pits, they made up time because they had to put so little gas in. Gas man Jeff Clark was able to put the can back behind the wall and then run up to the front of the car, pick off the tire, and save the tire carrier's time. It saved him over a second on pit lane, and they picked up 3 spots. Matt?
Well, Matt Kenseth, Dave, has moved up into the 3rd position, telling his crew chief Robbie Reiser the car, loose on entry, loose on exit. That's what they're going to work on their next stop. That's the reason, though, why he pulled around the 5, because Terry Labonte is just the opposite. He has gone to the tight side. They're talking about an air pressure adjustment all the way around on all 4 corners to try to get that race car more grip. Also track bar at the next stop to help the tightness. Alan?
We didn't want to call that through the field because that brought out a caution. So how about that's a teaser through the field?
That's just a teaser of what we can do when these guys go about 10 or 15 deep through the field and tell you what's going on with each and every one of these drivers.
Behind Terry Labonte, you've got Jeff Burton running in 5th, and Jimmy Spencer on pit road, certainly an unscheduled stop. Spencer running down in 32nd position before this trip to the pit lane.
We see a man over already tearing the tear off the windshield, trying to help the visibility, making a chassis adjustment on the 7 cars. We see the 4819 up in the left window of your screen.
That's for 7th place.
You say that's an unscheduled stop, but you know, sometimes you see these guys in the past, they'll do the 40-lap run and put tires on every 40 laps. What are they doing down there, Matt, on the 7? What's their strategy?
Well, 2 words. Bad loose. Bad loose. was track bar adjustment, pulled the rubber out the right rear. He just had too much to handle there. They decided to give up the ghost and pit and try to work on it.
Jeremy Mayfield's been able to get by Jimmy Johnson finally.
And now Greg Biffle taking a peek under Johnson for a spot. That's 8th place that Biffle's going to take. How about that 19 car?
Alan, Jeremy Mayfield is like that car all day long. In fact, on that first early pit stop, no changes to the car chassis-wise, 4 fresh tires. He reports now about lap 40, just a little bit tight, but not so tight that he couldn't get by the 48. Marty?
Well, Dave, just to finish up, all of the cars in the garage area, I just talked to Mark Martin. He kind of said the same thing Sterling Marlin said. Traffic got stacked up in front of him. They, too, are going to replace a radiator. Sterling Marlin has just now left the garage area. Mark Martin should be leaving in about 5 minutes or so, but Mark was very disgusted about what happened on the track. They had an excellent car, and they thought they had a chance to win. There, Alan, we've covered them all.
8 cars making trips to the garage in the opening lap.
Jimmy Johnson loose there.
Of the Southern 500. Here's what happened back at lap 6. A 6-car pileup up in turn number 3. Jason Leffler and Christian Fittipaldi in the vicinity of his start.
Taking out Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett.
And then on the restart from that caution, the front of the field got bottled up. Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon and Sterling Marlin and Joe Nemechek. All kind of people with troubles here in the early going.
Casey Mears, the 41 car, about to go a lap down to Ryan Newman.
Casey running in 30th place now. Ryan Newman has led 46 of the 47 laps that have been completed so far. We're past 50 miles in the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
NBC's coverage of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 is brought to you by the next Ford F-150 coming September 4th. By Discover to Go. It pays to discover. By new Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite. And by McDonald's.
Second place is changing hands as we come back to the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Matt Kenseth getting around Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I'll tell you what, Kenseth and his teammate Jeff Burton, watching our scoring monitor, they've been the fastest cars the last few laps, even faster than leader Ryan Newman.
99 car started in 28th place. Jeff Burton is now running 4th and closing. Marty.
Jeff Burton's car is excellent, Alan, and they knew they would be better on the longer runs. They came here and tested 2 weeks ago, and they ran 850 miles over 2 days in that test. That's a lot of miles here at Darlington when it was hot, just like it is right now. But Jeff Burton's car, very good on those longer runs, and Ford has had many great moments here over the years. The Southern 500 has many great finishes, but one of Ford's best moments was the 1999 season when Jeff Burton swept both races here. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
The way he's running, going to be a lot of people looking at Jeff Burton throughout the day if they can keep it up. Steady climb to the front.
And you can see in 39 laps, picked up 16 positions.
Little paint scheme difference there. You see MDA on the side of Jeff Burton's car. And sponsor Citgo, big supporter of the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Telethon on Labor Day. And Jeff is driving hard to the front today. Checking out the gap up to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Matt Kenseth, 3rd and 2nd places. And it's another 3 seconds in front of them before you get up to race leader Ryan Newman. How about our Stacker 2 NASCAR Winston Cup track fact? Darlington Raceway is very oddly shaped. One end of the racetrack is much more narrow than the other, and it's that way because of a minnow pond. Harold Brasington, the raceway developer, bought the land from the Ramsey, Sherman Ramsey, who was farming cotton and peanuts on the property, but he made a promise to Mr. Ramsey that he wouldn't affect his minnow pond. And that's why the end of the track that's now turns 3 and 4 is narrower than turns 1 and 2. He made the track shape to fit the land he had to build it on.
And you can see just how much larger that turns 1 and 2 are, the area all through there, than 3 and 4.
I'll tell you what, that oddness is great.
Oh, yes.
It really makes this racetrack fun to watch a race at.
And it's fun to drive. just a fun racetrack to drive.
All right, but after 49 laps on a set of tires, how fun is it?
Well, if you like to slide a race car, it's a ball. If you listen to his throttle, you'll hear how he's not real aggressive with it. He'll roll out of it. He'll pick it up just a little bit. Right around here. Easy on the gas. And he starts getting on it. But even when he gets on it, you almost want that car pointed straight, BP, because this place just, right now you've got no grip, and you are just sliding around.
Yeah, you got to wait till you get to the throttle. The car is aimed, and then get on the throttle, because otherwise it's liable to spin out from under you. There, it almost hit on coming off that corner.
How about the 8 car, Dave?
Alan Jr.'s last radio transmission. Just chilling here, boys. Just saving my stuff.
All right, well, good for you, Junior. I talked to Tony Urey this morning, and they both, Junior and Senior, were very, very happy with the car and felt like they had something they could compete with today.
And we'll go in here about 22 more.
And Dale, you can see on the steering wheel, I mean, you've got to fight this racetrack, but
70 laps of set.
actually Dale's not really fighting it as bad as a lot of guys out there. There's a big drop in the speed. We talked about that earlier.
So that best lap's probably the first lap after the restart on that set of tires, and now the last lap a whole lot slower.
And if he goes another 22 laps on these tires, he can knock about another 7 or 8 mile an hour off that time.
You heard them. They just talking about they're going to stop on lap 82, another 21 laps. So, yeah, they'll be even slower.
What do we see in the yesterday? Busch race about 15 miles per hour?
So he's got a couple more miles per hour to slow down.
Tell you who's slowing down is Ryan Newman, and Kenseth and Earnhardt Jr. are really closing on him. He was up nearly 3 seconds on them about 5 or 8 laps ago. Bill, it's down to now 7/10 of a second.
Yeah, I think that's just the tires. I think his car was just so good in the beginning. Talking to his crew now, talking about the tires going away, because a few laps ago he radioed in that the balance of the car is good, and with 40 laps on his tires, he was happy with how it was handling. So might just be the tires giving up, him slowing down, the other guys catching him, looking around lap 85 for the 12.
Now's where the crew chief's got to figure out how to make those adjustments to get this car better right now at this point.
You see, if you just knew the caution flag was not going to come out before all these guys pitted, you could dive in right now, get on 4 fresh tires. A Ricky Rudd back in 17 could come in right now, get 4 fresh tires, and by the time he got around to all these other cars, he would be leading the race.
He'd be flying.
He would be flying while they're out there running around slow.
But if the caution comes out, Ward
that damage on the right front of Ward's car, yep.
And he goes a lap down. So Matt Kenseth trying to track down Ryan Newman for the race lead.
And looks like he's closing in. Just car lengths now.
Boy, he's eating up a second disadvantage in about a lap. Ryan's got to wave him by here, huh?
Well, yeah, I think he will. I think there you see they're pretty even 1 and 2, but it looked like that last lap, Matt Kenseth made a lot of time on Ryan coming down here into 3 and 4.
What about the 3 and 1?
Oh, talking about debris in 1.
Third place changes hands. NASCAR's spotter down in turn 1 is talking with race director David Hoots. And they're trying to locate what it is they're talking about. Is it in the groove? Is it below the line?
And that's where the 17 car is picking up a lot of time on Ryan Newman in 12. Is at 3 and 4 right now.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan's about as good as he is down between in turns 1 and 2.
Looks like they think that whatever the piece was that they spotted is below the line down there, so it's off the banking, and we're going to stay under green.
You see Ryan Newman pointed out the window, going down the backstretch, kind of letting Matt know, okay, I know you're there. Go underneath me. And there you see it.
There he goes.
And the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship leader takes the lead of the Southern 500. Could this be the day that Kenseth gets his 2nd win of the season? We're very early on, not even 100 miles into the race, but he's doing very well so far.